Go ahead.
You've been out and about like for work, traveling, vacation. Like when you're out, you mentioned that you went to Australia and you go to
Mm,
Boston, you go to the East Coast.
I do things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do things and nobody knows anymore because I quit social media.
Oh yeah. We were gonna get that later, but
Oh, yeah, I do things. I
you're
go
out
places.
about. But
It's
now,
not usually those trips are rarely, if ever, to do with work.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
work I travel, but it's within the confines of Southern California,
Right.
not Australia.
I remember
I love
like
driving.
all these tidbits because it's always like, oh, you're coming to this show or you're coming to the bike.
Right, and I'll be like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, you're going to
Yeah,
Boston. You're going
gone.
to do more important things than see Wayne. But now lean back. Colleen back.
Oh my God, you've been waiting to say that. I'm gonna do it. Do it. Just Colleen back.
Okay. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
done. Good job.
No, but you quit social media. That's definitely one of the topics that we were going to go through.
Great.
So, what's the reason?
I don't know that I could like say a definitive reason. I just one day, May 22nd. I actually only know this because my friend told me. She was like, "You posted your last thing on May 22nd," because we were seeing like how long it's been. So it's been 4 months, 5 months, 4 months.
Okay.
And I really just kind of like considered what I was putting on social media, how often, I don't know, what like it actually was, the content of it. And I was considering the content I was taking in. So like the time I was spending, what I was looking at, if it made me feel better or if it made me feel
Icky.
worse or if it
Yeah.
just kind of made me waste time.
Time. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
and I
valid.
decided to just quit.
So this is big because you really love Matt Salzberg's tweets. So there has to be a lot of negativity to offset that, right?
And there's some, I mean, there are a lot of dogs on social media, so like that keeps you floating for a while.
Right.
You know, like the dog videos
Yeah.
and Thoughts of Dog is a really good Twitter account. I'd miss that for sure.
But you have
And
an
the
actual,
Salzbergs,
yeah.
but I don't know. Overall, it's just there's a lot of negativity, and it's really hard to block it out. And I don't know. I just wasted a lot of time, and I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I feel really good. Like I'm not spending time like trying to post something when I'm in the moment. Like I'm actually just
Yeah.
in the moment. It's very strange, but I
No, it's
recommend it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's good that
it's
I
good.
mean, obviously I follow a lot of you guys and I remember a lot of your previous posts like Instagram and Twitter, but then when you're gone, it's like, like Eminem's like when I'm gone, gotta cry.
It's so sad, but
No, but
it's
you got a puppy too though. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So people haven't really got to see him grow up, which that's normal.
What
It's
do
the
you
way it
mean?
used to be before we had social media.
Oh, you
You
mean
didn't
other
see
people?
people's
Yeah.
puppies grow up unless you actually saw them physically in person. But he's amazing. I could show a
Oh yeah, let's
picture.
show the picture.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, definitely.
He's a shithead. Oh, this is him in his cell phone. I'm gonna pick a different one.
I was
He's
supposed to
so
say
cute.
the puppy doesn't let you down unlike other things.
He does.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah,
There goes that one.
if
Wayne's
you've
joke's
ever had
definitely
a
not funny.
puppy, they
I had,
he's almost 9 months old.
yeah,
Um, and he's in like his terrible twos.
really.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, he does really dumb things.
So the joke was supposed to be doesn't let you down like aces, but I guess the puppy does let you down sometimes.
R.I.P. I don't know if you can even see this.
Just it's good, yeah. Puppy, you could see. Put it
And it's
towards,
kind of hard.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's adorable.
Is there any way
This is
for?
him and his cell phone.
Oh, that you can see that.
It's his cell phone toy. See? He's cute.
Here, play a video of him.
His name is Henry. I don't.
You've sent me videos of him.
Yeah, I have some. I don't want to sit here scrolling through my phone. I want to be here with
This is
you,
your
Wayne.
show.
This is what we're doing.
This
I'm
is
here
part
with
of
you.
this is part of you. It's part of us. The puppy is
Henry, yeah. I look so confused. I was confused. Yeah, he is
good
he's a lot of
boy.
fun. He's a goob boy.
He is a good boy.
Goob boy.
All right. So we'll start with the Colleen Long story. And dude,
Sorry, it just made me throw up a little.
oh no.
There- I'm from Vermont.
Hmm.
Great, yeah. Born and raised in Vermont. I went to college in North Carolina for professional golf management. Did that for 2 years. Decided I don't want to work on that side of the counter. I wanted to be the member and not the person who had to
Right.
like, all the rich members would show up and you'd be like, why am I doing this? Why am I not doing that?
Right.
I mean, I'm not there yet, but so
Working on it.
quit that. Went back to Vermont. Finished college. Little known fact: my degree is in accounting. Accounting cards. I just made a Wayne joke. That was so
Oh
good.
my God,
He
I'm
did
laughing
it.
my ass off.
He's so proud of me.
Yeah.
That's a joke. Yeah. However, I got involved in advertising and marketing while I was finishing college, and so kind of haven't looked back from that. Now I moved out here to Southern California 5 years ago, and I'm not leaving. And now I work for Cox Automotive, Kelly Blue Book specifically.
KOX. Because there was a confusion.
COX.
Or sorry,
Fuck is KOX? Jeez.
The K. I get K's and C's confused. English, not my first language.
Or second, maybe.
Or second, yeah. 15th, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm that smart.
So smart. As my
good.
friends and I like to say, but you're so pretty. At least.
I'll take
You're so pretty.
any compliments. The chat rips me.
When we say really stupid things, that's what we say. You were so pretty.
That's good. I like it.
It's a really nice way of saying you're
Use
dumb.
that on camera. It's a really good.
So pretty. That's my story. That's it.
No, really?
I
No.
don't know. What do people say their story is?
Like a lot of stuff. I mean, you mentioned to me the golf stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I went to school for golf. I used to be good. I'm not anymore. I'm retired. I'm retired. I can still I could still go out and probably shoot in like the mid 80s, which is bad, like for what I used to do.
Yeah.
But it's probably better than
Well, I don't want to blow
most
your
people.
cover because some mutual friends of ours want to still use you for prop bets.
Yeah.
So I'm
I'm
not going to
down.
blow your cover.
I'm down. I think, but there's a difference because just because you used to be good at something, you're still good at it. So.
Well, yeah, we had this convo before, whereas like, especially when you can only do esports when you're young, so it's kind of a crappy topic for me too, because like,
Because you're past your prime.
oh, it's not even like past. It's just like when I would try playing when I was 25, when I tried playing when I was 30, like it's just not happening.
No chance.
No, like literally no chance physically.
That's crazy.
So like we talked about that, but life goes on, and we're kicking.
Now I'm here.
No, I just like I don't know. Like, you're still happy you did it, right? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
this is super corny, but I have it as a tattoo, so clearly I believe in it, and everything happens for a reason, and it's not necessarily like spiritual or religious in any kind of way. It's just I don't know, fucking universe. It's crazy. It's the universe. Like stuff happens, and I'll look back at I can look back at very pivotal moments in my life, and then I can even go back from them and think of the things that had to happen in order for those things to happen.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of like
No, it's true.
follow this really crazy path and be like, and here I am,
Just
with
like
fucking
Steve-
Wayne, alive with the bike. Duh.
I remember the first day I met you. Like, do you remember? It's probably right when you moved out to LA. Because we were with specific people, so I know. Do you remember? It was at the bike. We were playing low stakes. One of my screenwriting mentors was in the game.
Oh!
Jim Mercurio.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just like, yeah.
Now I remember that.
Yeah. No. Okay.
I
yeah.
do remember that because he, a lot of the conversation was about screenwriting, and then he
And golf.
wrote a book
Yeah. It's out. You can
on
check it
it.
on Amazon.
Yeah, and he was one of the people I did follow on Twitter.
Okay.
And he would, sometimes put out stuff about his screenwriting or whatever. And yeah, he's one of those people who I did remember. And yeah, you were in that game too, because you guys
Yeah.
were like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
He went to school for that.
No, he actually
he
has a
teaches or he
master's.
does something.
Yeah, he's a screenwriting consultant.
Ah.
He's produced a movie, he's directed a movie. He has a screenplay that made the final or quarterfinals of the Nichols, which is like highly prestigious, but
Okay.
still not
So what's
created
funny
yet.
is like I remember that game that we played in.
Yeah.
I don't remember that that was the first time we met. I guess maybe I
Well,
could have gone back further in my head and thought that we had met before then, but that
right,
was a
yeah.
long time ago.
I
That was
mean,
probably the beginning. It was like a
maybe I'm
1-3 game,
wrong.
right? 2-3?
It was a long time ago, yeah.
2-3 game?
I mean, I'm guessing it's the first time. I'm pretty sure because, well, one, it's like if you see a girl in the casino, you're like, there's so few of you. No, but the conversation topics were, and of course my like gym was there, so like I'm gonna remember
Right.
if blah 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 blah. So we were talking about screenwriting, we were talking about golf, although I didn't know your full golf backstory,
Hmm.
but yeah, I just remember tidbits. So when we met each other after that, and it was involved in Live with the Bike, then the plot thickens, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Start back then, now we hear.
Like I
So
said, really, it took a lot of turns to get where I'm at.
yeah, and I get filled in occasionally by you, and I'll say, "Hey, Colleen, what's going on?" I'm like, "I'm still at the bike. I'm still doing Live with the Bike."
All the things.
All the good things. No, it was, and then we played on the show. You've been back here commentating, and like have a lot of wild adventures, and I don't know. Like I just get like tidbits and highlights. Like when you're in Australia, I'll be like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" And then you just like shout back like, this, that, this, and up.
I'd love to play, but I'm in a
Here's other things.
completely different part of the hemisphere.
Well, yeah. The other thing too is like when like you have been missing for a while. Obviously, the chat's like, "Where's Colleen? Where's Colleen?"
Mm.
And sometimes I have intel. Like you tell me, "Oh,
Like, oh, she hates poker.
no, she
Oh,
loves poker but hates herself. That's why she plays."
yeah, right. One of those things. Or she loves herself now and she doesn't play.
Exactly. There you go. You
Right.
corrected it.
Those moments.
So,
Like,
what's your poker story then? How'd you get in the mix? And
my poker story, I don't know that this is that exciting or interesting or even worth sharing. However, I did start, don't tell the cops. These games don't exist anymore, so it doesn't matter. I could be lying. I just want to preface that. I
right,
could be full of
right.
shit. My dad would host games at his house on Friday and Saturday nights. And when I moved back to Vermont to finish college, I dealt in those games. Me and my best friend. We were both like, yeah, we'll make some money. Sure. We made like, $50 or $70 in tips a night, and it was amazing.
Sick. Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah. When you don't know. But yeah, he never actually, I guess they were legal because he never took a rake. So I guess it doesn't matter. But so I started out dealing those home games, and then that's kind of how I learned
You're
how
like,
to
I could beat
play.
these guys.
They were really bad, really bad. I don't think any of them are watching.
Shout out to Papa
They're
Long.
clearly not watching. Yeah, and my dad played, actually prior to that, my dad played full time for quite a few years. And he still plays when he can. But
And you
so,
sure he's not going to watch this?
yeah, I don't think he's watching.
Okay.
He'll watch when I play sometimes, like if I
Cool.
don't know if he thinks of it. But so then when I moved out here 5 years ago, it was like, I got out here and he was like, you realize that you now live where the two largest card rooms in the world are. And I was like, nope. I did not know that. I had no idea. But he was like, yeah, Commerce is the biggest card. He was like, geeking out. He
Yeah.
told me how he had played there
Biggest
before.
poker room.
Whatever, yeah.
Not biggest casino.
Card room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he would say it, card room. Whatever. So I just started to play. I played in Hawaiian Gardens. I played, because I live in Orange County, back when it was a tent.
Yep.
Talk about committed. And the bike and Commerce, just all the area, like
Sure.
LA
Yeah.
casinos. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I just started to play more because it was super accessible. I met some really cool people too, so that helps.
Like, you're like, no, not that one. All right. What are your most memorable moments on Live with the Bike?
On Live at the Bike?
Yeah.
You have one of them. It's staring at me. When I walked in,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there's like a screenshot
So-
of this hand, and the first thing I said is, oh, whatever happened to that hat? And then the second thing I said was, you know what? I bet I threw it out of that fucking hand because it's a
But
bad
no, this is,
hand.
a lot of things I do are premeditated. So like when we show a hand of you getting a bad beat, then the audience like, oh, you won so bad, Colleen.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
let me
really,
buy you a drink. So I'm hooking you up.
yeah,
I know there's a bad
hook me
memory,
up.
but it's like
It's
ripping off the
actually,
Band-Aid.
this is actually a really cool memory. Is it, are, are you putting it, is that a thing you're going to show people what this is? Or are we
Yeah,
going to talk about this later?
we'll talk about this later. But
Okay, because this is a memorable thing.
okay, so
Other
Colleen's got a
memorable
hand,
moments.
and it involves Harry and Jerry Fang, who are bad people because Colleen started with the best hand by a pretty big margin.
Eh, eh,
Right.
poker.
See?
See, this was before I played PLO. So I didn't really know true pain
Yeah,
at
that
this
is true.
time. This was as bad as I thought it would get. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, just yeah.
Yeah,
That's why you
yeah.
have to develop a high tolerance for pain when you play poker and just
My tolerance is actually just really high for losing because
Mhm.
I have done it so much. Like if you've ever done something a lot, like repetition is
Yeah.
helpful. So I just have, lost so often that like I've gotten really good at it. People are like, "How are you still, I don't know, having fun?" Like, because this is just used to losing. No big deal.
I'm gonna mute us for 1 second, see if the question's kosher. Okay, I have her permission. So you have some.
Nothing ever needs permission. I
Okay,
just want
well,
to, there is really,
I'm trying to be polite, all
I
right?
don't,
Shoot, man. Like, there's so much drama with the Me Too, the feminists, I don't know.
those are the two things
No,
you
I
come
mean,
out
just
with.
like, seriously, like, guys are just like, shh.
If you're like, Colleen, have you ever been sexually assaulted? I'd be like, wait, that's probably not a
Okay,
conversation, but
all
what you're
right.
talking about,
I
nah.
don't know. I just don't know the status. Okay, so what is the status? You and Joe Ingram are not on speaking terms still, or is it like,
Oh no, we speak
okay, okay.
when spoken to. No, I'm kidding. Um,
Okay, tell the
we're
story of that.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't even that important of a story. What Wayne is referring to, and I guess it's like I said, not that important of a story, but must have been 2 or 3 years ago now. It was at
Okay.
least 2 years ago, in Vegas. He was putting together kind of this last minute PLO game at, I forget the name of the place. It's not one of the normal, like, I forget the casino I was at.
That's in
Doesn't matter.
Vegas.
They were just spreading it just for this game that
VIP
that
from
Joey
Live
was
at the
trying to put
Bike.
together.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not what it was. And it was Ryan Fee. It was
Andrew Nemi was there.
Andrew Nemi was there.
Brad Owen.
I don't remember if Brad Owen was there. Doug Polk was there. PLO, the one who, I can't think of anybody's names anymore because I'm not on social media. I can't think of his name.
Jane Andes?
Jay Nandez was
Okay.
there. Yep. I still,
Wayne's missing? I don't know.
Wayne wasn't there. It doesn't matter. It was a bunch of just like, I don't know, people who,
Yeah.
these guys are all friends,
Yeah.
or
Well,
they were.
used to be.
They were all friends. I guess poker does some weird things with people. But anyway, we were playing PLO. Started out to be a super small game for all of 5 minutes, and then it was, just like a big game, but still friendly. And as the game was going, Joey wasn't getting very lucky. Like he wasn't winning many hands. He actually also wasn't playing many hands. He was pretty tight. I was really surprised. It was the first time I had played, I think, live with him, or it wasn't the first time, but it was close. But I was surprised. I was like, what the, open up.
And he
Have a little
accuses
fun.
Jane Andes for being tight. No,
Yeah,
joking.
it was whatever. It could have been the situation because Ryan
Sure.
and Doug were going,
Ballistic. Yeah.
yeah, crazy.
Sounds about right.
So just to like set the mood of the game, people were having shots, having a good time, all included, having a good time, shots. And then Joey and I got in this hand, and it was really just like one of those unfortunate runouts. He had, I want to say he had top set on the flop, and I had bottom two with high, it doesn't matter. I had at least bottom two. The end of the hand, we both fill up. I had an under full to his full, and I think the pot was maybe like 3 grand. So big, but not, I don't know, not something that I guess I was necessarily worried about in terms of the pot size. But the way that it ran out and the way the hand played out, I really thought that I
But
had maybe the winning hand.
he must have instigated something as well.
Um,
And I know him, like, so I know he
so
must have instigated.
the instigation,
Yeah.
really the instigation was that he just wasn't winning, like
No, I mean,
in the session. So what do you mean?
like, I'm pretty sure he must have said something to along the lines of "You got it, I missed."
Oh, no, 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 no. It was all pretty much physical.
Okay.
Because I was in 5, he was in 4,
Okay.
and I want to say he was in the button or something like that, or maybe I don't remember clearly. It was great memory that I'm sharing with you guys. But he was kind of like hemming and hawing. And so I was like, all right, well, this is what full
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
And again, he's like hemming and hawing and hemming and hawing excessively. I should have known. That's normally the time when you're like, there's no way, excessively. And then he just kind of like looked over and like opened his hand. And I was like, what the fuck? It came out of nowhere. So, said differently, it wasn't a game in which anyone to that point had been slow rolling.
Mm-hmm.
However, I did learn that like that's a thing he does with some of his friends. He just hadn't had the chance because he hadn't been winning
Right.
any hands. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like it's like a known thing that
Now that you
he
know
does that
better,
with his friends.
right, yeah.
But I had no idea. Like to me, I don't know. I don't know. Slow rolling isn't something that is usually part of my game. I did it to Wayne. 'Cause it was
It's okay.
hilarious.
It's just me. Yeah.
And it was a small pot.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't know, it was just one of those things where I think coupled with alcohol and that I was just really surprised that he did it. It seemed unprovoked. Like, how did I deserve that? What did I do to you?
So you're like,
It's not like I had been like sucking out on him all night or getting, you know what I mean? Anyway, I was triggered. I was so triggered. So this is what actually happened, right? So this hand happens and I was like, fuck that guy. We were friends. We were friends. Like when he would visit Orange County, I'd take him on hikes and whatever. We would go out to eat with friends or whatever. We were friends. So I'm like, you don't do that to friends. I was drunk and upset. I went into the bathroom and I was like, fuck that guy. And I blocked him on Twitter. That was the beginning of the end. It was
Okay,
because,
yeah.
so what happened then is, I get over whatever, my emotions
Sure.
and alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Back into the game, whatever, continue having like a good time. Well, partway toward the end of the game, he's like, the fuck, you blocked me? And I was like, yeah, you're a dick. Like, you shouldn't have slurred me. That was a dumb thing to do. And he was like, well, whatever, fuck you. And he blocked me.
Oh,
And so
it's
that
on.
it
It's
was
on.
like okay, you're going to do that. I'm going to do that. And that was like, we just didn't talk after that. And it's so funny because it's like massively
Is it still on?
unimportant. I'm not on
Oh,
social
right, right,
media.
yeah, I
I don't,
forgot.
yeah. I don't know.
That I had to
So that
hype
was
up
like
the
how
story.
it all happened.
I know, but that was worth the hype to mute and pretend that it was like, oh my god, this is life or death, and it actually is worth listening to.
It wasn't. It wasn't
It
life
was
or death.
Judas.
But the thing that people miss, because
Mm-hmm.
why would anybody share this, was it was really just like I went into the bathroom and I was like, fuck that guy. Block. I was so mad. Like I was steaming
I believe you.
angry.
Yeah.
Alcohol can just exacerbate your feelings, but yeah, and then later on he's like, you blocked me?
That's
And
awesome.
he was like
That's awesome.
totally incredulous. Like is that a thing? And I was like, yeah, I'm that.
Maybe Joey's never been blocked by a girl before. I don't know.
I think it triggered him too.
Yeah.
That like specific act was like, who is she to block me?
Yeah, right.
Because
Yeah.
he's like, fancy pants,
Sure,
special,
yeah.
or whatever. But I saw it as like, dude,
Sick
you're
tank
my
tops,
friend,
yeah.
and you slow rolled me. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Now you
I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we've played here since then, and it's
Forgiveness is golden. Yeah.
I could give two shits. It's yeah.
All right. Time out. Shout out to Israeli Ron, Queen Deuce.
Hi, Ron. Hey, boo.
He says, "What up, miss me?"
Miss you.
Yep, we definitely miss. And like, I trolled.
It was Mirage. Yeah, I think it was Mirage.
Okay.
No, it wasn't the Mirage.
Golden Nugget.
Vegas and that. I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Because I know you've
It
told.
wasn't the Mirage.
Okay.
Maybe it was. Can you move on?
I tried to troll Israeli Ron like a long time ago. Like you two were like playing next to each other. Man, I don't even remember what I did too. I was just like, hey, say hi to her and stuff like that. And he's like,
I
no,
love
no.
Ira.
He's super Israeli Ron's super gentleman, so he wouldn't do it. He's like, no, no, no. She's my friend.
He's great.
Yeah.
He is great. Great, great.
Do you have any words for your live at the back chat fans? No. I
I don't know. That's a weird thing to say.
well, because the thing is, like all the girls, I screenshot the fan comments and I sent them to you guys. Like the positive
Wayne
ones.
is the ultimate, like, lift you up. He is. He's like, oh, you got fanboys. There's like one person. There's one.
No,
There's
that's
one
not true.
person
That's
who's
not
like,
true.
oh, where's Colleen? We haven't seen her in a while.
That
And
is
Wayne's
not
like,
true.
screenshot, send to Colleen. I'm going to make her day. Meanwhile, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. People really miss seeing me just like play like an idiot on the show. I would miss that too.
No, no, no.
Easy
That is
money.
not true. That's not true. They're just saying they're daydreaming. They're looking at the live of the bike stream like, oh, it's Colleen. They're like thinking of like how to put a ring on it. And no?
Oh, I need to not put any rings on anything.
Jeez.
Jeez.
7 rings. Shout out to Ariani. Or Ariana. Sorry, Ariani. So what are you up to for your poker future?
Poker future?
Yeah.
Like the future of my poker?
Yeah.
That's
Tournaments,
an
more
interesting
pot limit
question.
Omaha, being a TV player, starring in some movies with poker, you know, the usual.
How did you know?
I'm just throwing darts on the
That's
wall.
actually funny. That's a funny dart because I recently did a Skype interview to possibly go on a new show that's being piloted for the History Channel.
Awesome.
Yeah, it has to do with. I don't think I can say.
Okay.
But it has
No, no,
to
that's-
do with
Don't get busted, but we're
things
very happy
similar
for you, for
to
sure. Cards.
not necessarily poker, but yeah.
I'm on TV too.
Because I really suck today at describing things. I'm not
No,
supposed
this
to.
is-
You're
I
on
mean-
TV? Well, yeah. You're gonna be soon, right?
Yeah.
December? When is it?
December, I'm going to be on National Geographic Brain Games.
That's so cool.
So you're not the only one in Hollywood.
don't- Watch. Will you
National
get like? Will
Geographic.
you get films of
What do you mean?
like VHSs that I could put in?
VHSs?
Yeah, so
I'll
I
just
can
send you the
watch?
clip. I mean, or the
Okay.
clips or whatever.
Send me the clip.
But Liv Borie's in there, Igor Kurganov, Alec Torelli.
Wow,
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah. So
Wild.
I'm on TV too, not just you. I'm cool.
I'm not on
too.
TV.
You will be.
I did a Skype interview. I'm
Oh,
probably.
wait.
It was just a Skype interview.
Okay, well, there's some time. Don't worry.
There's time.
We're
I got
working on
time.
some stuff.
I'll let you know if anything works out. I mean, I'm gonna have to text you about it. I can't put it
Sure.
on Instagram.
Don't worry. I'll be your liaison.
Yeah, thanks. So I did want to mention though what's next for poker. I have gotten more involved with a couple of things, mainly through the charity series of poker. So CSOP, which is started by Matt Stout, and there's a pretty big group of poker people, personalities, players, etc., who support the charity series of poker events. There's a really big one that'll be April 4th. It's the St. Jude event, so keep a lookout when you see stuff on social media about that. It's like the most amazing charity poker tournament of
And of course,
the
you can
year.
send to
It's
me, and I will.
super cool.
You know.
But more importantly, locally, I've gotten involved. The CSOP has partnered with Mickey's Miracles, which is a foundation that raises money and awareness for pediatric epilepsy, which people who know me, like, I don't really like kids, but it kind of tugs at your heartstrings when you think of just when people don't have access to the right doctors or the right specialists, and they could be saved if they did have access to them.
Yeah.
So we're doing a charity tournament and gala in Newport Beach, which is going to be super cool later in November. So people could maybe reach out to you if they want more
Sure.
information, and you can send them my way. But
Sure.
we're selling tickets to the tournament. It's going to be hosted by Daniel Negreanu, and
Oh,
there are
him.
some
Just kidding.
there are some rather big celebrity names already being dropped for being invited. A lot of people who know people in this group. So it's going to be
Sure.
amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm getting more involved with
Good.
some of that stuff. Just, you know.
See? You're like, oh,
Some
my
of those
future in
things.
poker. And then you're just like
Yeah.
dropping all this stuff. Oh, this is Daniel Negreanu, you know,
I have nothing
CSOP.
to do with that. That's, I mean, he's got a pretty good connection with Charity Series of Poker.
I'm just saying, in the future, you have many things
Many
coming
things,
out.
all the things coming
So-
out. I'll probably get on some more Live at the Bike shows. I
Sure.
usually, when I go stints not playing, it's because I either don't feel like it or I just can't. I
can't
can't do it with my
even.
work schedule.
Yeah.
It's not
No, I
always
know,
easy
I
to
know.
get up here, and when I can, a lot of the time it's super last minute. So
Yeah. And now the schedule's like crowded up really fast. Because like when I was doing
Mm-hmm.
scheduling a long time ago, which I'm gonna be doing now too, like I would be like, oh, you show up, and you're like, you don't know, and you don't have to feel bad. I'm just like asking, so like, because if you're gonna show up, then the seat's yours. But then
Right.
you know, if
Otherwise-
you're not showing up, then I gotta like move
give it to
on.
someone else.
Yeah.
Gotta move on. Your
Hey,
heart will
sometimes.
go on. Yeah, but hopefully I can.
And I was watching, like, when I was clipping your videos, I'd, like, heard some of the table talk, or, like, maybe I was commentating, and I forgot how many, like, we had some, like, my lame prop bets. Like, I guess I had one that was, like, you had a Valentine's Day date.
Oh,
You remember
yeah,
this
and
one?
I did.
I didn't even forgot,
I went
yeah.
with my girlfriends to
I
a
know.
movie that time.
I know. And everyone was like, wait,
I
that
won.
was
It was like $15 or something was the bet.
Yeah. So I was like,
Uh,
the context was, I think you got out of a relationship, like, beforehand, and then I was like, I'm gonna prop bet you have a Valentine's Day date this year, and you're like, nope, not gonna happen. And everyone's like, Wayne, you're an idiot. You just threw away money
yeah, that was 3 years ago.
because you could even control, like, Colleen can
Right.
control if she goes on a date or not. I'm like, for this prop bet, really? She's
Yep.
if she
Turn
meets her,
someone down.
yeah, if she meets her soulmate, she's like, sorry, I got a $15 prop bet with Wayne. I just can't do it.
I'll see you on the 15th of February. Let's.
And then I'm just like, Colleen,
I forgot about that one.
what if you just like meet your soulmate and he's just like, let me take you out to Valentine's Day? No?
No, it's a stupid holiday.
And then there was the other prop bet I lost. These, by the way, I mean, I'd like troll myself because I beat everybody else in prop bets, and I just purposely lose the Colleen. So,
Purposely.
okay. You can control the outcomes for a lot of them.
Right.
That's the thing.
I make good bets.
So then
It's
another
not
one,
poker related. I make really good bets.
like you went to Vegas with some of your girlfriends, right? And then I prop bet how many, over under, how many guys would buy you a drink. You remember
yeah.
this one? Yeah.
I'm not very approachable.
I think like there was some mini, and the thing is, obviously you can control this. When it gets to 4, then you could just like leave the club and just like win the bet. But you wouldn't do that.
That
I
wouldn't
know.
be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for how expensive the drinks are in Vegas.
And I was, you're like
It's
4.
not
No. Shift the fifth one.
financially
6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. And then, but like,
There's no losing that bet.
I don't know. I don't remember the exact conditions, but there may have been a little sabotage. You were like wearing a sweater at a club or something. Did that happen?
Like I said, I'm not that approachable.
So she sabotaged it by wearing a sweater. She was like, bringing sexy back with a tank top, or just like. There was a promo pic that you sent me yesterday that you were at a wedding, and
I was in a wedding.
You were in
It
a
was
wedding,
not my wedding. I know everyone's surprised.
right, guys? Not at a wedding yet.
In a
But,
wedding, my wedding.
So, you're like, all dolled up, and we were going to use that for the promo. Or I sent it to the
Yeah.
live bike to use as a promo, but it was no promo.
No promo.
Yeah, because I think they want to show
No
cards,
Yeah. I could have given you one that was cards that was recent. It just was not a very good
It's
screenshot.
okay. I mean, you're here. That's the important thing. I'm
Yeah,
just flattered. Just
in real
took time
life.
for your. But
You're funny.
oh, so Wayne's got jokes, and sometimes they're funny.
Sometimes they're funny.
Sometimes. Um, yeah, the prop bets. Veronica accuses me of being obsessed with poker playing dating rituals. I just think they're funny. I don't know. Like Joey did them too. It's like how to get more women in poker, and he had his friend, maybe ex-girlfriend, say how to get more women in poker. No, you don't know about this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so he does a troll video. He's like, if you want to get more women in poker, be like, oh, hey girl, I could teach you how to play poker. You want to come over to my place?
Oh, yeah.
Or hey girl, I just
I
want.
should try that. Hey, man.
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing? That was on the other
And
day.
another one was like, hey, I just won this poker tournament, and or hey, I play super high stakes, and my friends play super high stakes. Yeah, no,
It's total troll.
I know obviously,
Yeah,
and then.
I get it.
And so it was like hilarious, and then the comments I responded, I just did all these things. I have 17 girlfriends now.
Oh.
No, no, that's a troll too.
But they continue.
Yeah.
Never ending.
This- oh my gosh, you're 26-4. All right, let's take a break and get some chat questions.
26 and 4, that
Anthony,
sounds horrible.
that's good. I mean, like, it's me. It's not like the Doug Poker Joey show. Anthony Eglugub says, Wayne, are you a winning player? Definitely not. Intramorph says, Colleen, we love you too.
Oh, great. Love.
Tater Chip Wayne shuffling his feet and stuff. Yeah,
He's super nervous.
I'm super nervous.
He's
On the
always
surface,
so nervous.
I'm definitely not calm and ready.
Wayne hasn't had like a steady, heavy pulse in a long time.
Two Dolas Diaz. Wayne, did you know that Wayne is a really good matchmaker? I don't know if I finished that story, but like you and Poker Sasha were here, and then those people like who were like, "Oh, is she your girlfriend? Is she your girlfriend?" I'm like, "No." And then I realized what they
Doesn't even
do.
make sense.
No, is like whatever. Like we talk, we're close, whatever. But like I realized like guy strategies because they're trying to find out if you're single. So they ask
Oh,
me.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like is she? And you're like, oh no, she's single.
Yeah. Yeah, like they go for that response. But it's especially trollish when it's like a guy don't get along with and I'm just being polite and tolerate and then all of a sudden they're like buddy buddy. There's like, "Hey, why don't we all go out to dinner?" I'm like
I
me.
don't even like you. That's
Yeah.
what
No, I'm just like
like you.
wow, what a 180. Like seriously, why don't you just go like play poker with them or ask them out yourself like anyway.
Wayne's always out there taking one for the team.
I was like, whew, it's rough. Yeah, Marley came down and then Sasha took a pic with her, and I joke, I'm like, hey, you still looking for a poker boyfriend? She got too many boyfriends, so. What's up, Metal Doctor? Skype was this interview in 2009. I still have Skype meetings. I mean, there's other forms, but
Skype?
I don't
No,
know.
this interview was on Tuesday. A week ago. 2019.
Bobby Schmurda, I peeped Colleen's Insta. Headstands, me liking, I'm now a fan. Ship it. Ship it.
Shipping nothing. So like this is what I did. I didn't delete my accounts. I left my accounts up there. That seemed excessive. I just deleted all of the apps
Okay.
off of my
Yeah,
phone.
so they're
So
still
I
there.
just haven't been on.
Right.
But like you could go and see whatever up until May and then just think maybe I died, I guess. I don't know.
Mark A says, hi, Wayne. Hi, Colleen. Sup, Mark A.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
PS3 Shakes 123 says, Colleen greater than Joey boxing.
What is all this about? Actually, I got
I don't know. You know guns are illegal, right?
I took some kickboxing classes. Mostly just learned how to breathe. Apparently, you don't learn that when you're
Or,
born. You have to do kickboxing to learn how to breathe.
speaking of some children that have disability. Anyway, okay. I just ruined them. Dale Kerr says, two cool peeps, gorgeous too, Colleen not bad either. Haha. Because,
That's really funny.
yeah.
You are gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
You a babe. You're a
Shout
babe.
out Wattbry, aka Brian Watson.
Hola.
Soldier 898. Colleen looking strong. She do CrossFit?
No, I don't do CrossFit. I go to a place that's called Motion Fitness in Irvine, California. They are amazing, but it's they're mostly HIIT workouts, and they do involve weights, and it's a lot of conditions training, endurance. You can't breathe when you're done. You can't walk the next day, but it's not CrossFit. And then I do weightlifting sometimes, which is a little more of like the CrossFit stuff. We'll do cleans and deadlifts and snatches and fun stuff like that. But
Street Baker says, you're right, Wayne. I don't even know what that's for. The dude says, I can read lips, Wayne. That isn't nice. I don't know. I thought it was a cool, thought that was a really cool why they muted us to like hype it up. Like, dude, this is going to be a good story.
yeah, and
It
then
was a
I
good
just
story. No, dude, whatever.
I'm not really good at telling stories.
Smash that thumbs up button if Colleen told a good story with Joey.
It wasn't a good story. It was rather disjointed and
Mike Hatter
blurry.
says, you're so nice. You're so hot, Colleen. Woo.
I'll take nice. I
Oh,
wanna
what's
be
up,
nice.
Asian Andy?
I want people to think I'm nice.
Yeah, you're nice with
I'm
it.
like sometimes nice.
Asian Andy, who played on Live with the Bike with Puya, Squints, Patrick Curran, Mamacita, Marley.
I saw a little bit of that show, maybe just a couple hands that he played, and I didn't recognize him.
Oh, Asian Andy?
Yeah,
He was the Asian guy.
I gotta go. Okay, let me take this off.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Maddie J88, yo, Colleen.
Yo,
Anyway, go ahead. What about you saw a little bit of the clip.
no, I didn't recognize him, but I was a little slow to the show.
Ooh, John Rogers. See? Damn, she's hot.
Did Bernie Sanders ever play in that home game?
What?
He's not. I've met him, but he's not really like a home game poker player type.
What is he? If you play Bernie Sanders heads up, I got you like 1,000,000%.
I don't know. I think he would
Sell it,
totally
market up
win.
as well.
I think he would win.
Brian Chelau says, Colleen, have you ever or would you consider coming out to Detroit to visit or play? Shout out to the 313.
Detroit.
Detroit.
I probably would do that at some point in my life. I think it would be really cool to go to Detroit. I'm in the automotive business, and Detroit is actually doing a lot of super forward thinking things when it comes to automotive. So I would go there, probably dual
Ford word,
purpose.
yeah.
Yeah. And play too, because sure, why not?
Steve Hammond
I like to
says, Colleen, it's always a pleasure when you're in the game simply because of your smile and laughter.
Yeah,
Damn.
I smile and laugh through the tears,
Damn.
through losing.
Durfee Kid 21, Wayne, I need my girl Julie on the show. Julie Orn's already been on the show, fam. You can check it out on
She's a sweetheart
YouTube.
too.
Yeah, she's so nice. Yeah.
She's super sweet.
Metal Doctor Wayne is funny. Why, thank you.
Oh, you guys are so nice. I'm gonna screenshot that. I'm gonna send it to him when I think he's having a really bad day.
Thank you. Every day. JP, Colleen quit social media just like Wayne quit counting carbs. Okay.
First, I thought it was counting cards,
Yeah.
but it was carbs.
Yeah. Sometimes the chat's good. Sometimes the chat's like, I like the witty disses. Like the stupid disses, I'm just like, yeah.
I think it was a joke. Although true.
David Johnson, Wayne, is that a giant Guinness? Jealous? No, it's just Starbucks. It's a iced Americano. Daniel Roberts, sup, Wayne. Fish ball handmade. Colleen, would you play Big O, high low on a first date?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. She would. I really like Big O.
I
Like,
hate high-low. Ugh, I
but
hate
Big
split pot games to my core. I despise them.
because
But I would
she
play.
wants it all. She wants it all.
Yeah, I don't like it.
She already hates chopping the pot when it's like, oh, we
Right.
both have the nuts straight. Ugh.
Great. Wonderful.
Ooh, surf and snowboard in the mix.
Yeah, he
Is
is.
this when you can all in? Not yet, but after the hands. Give her the computer. She's missing a steak. Huh?
That doesn't. I don't understand.
Jeremiah Miller. Wayne needs a stone cold stunner.
We already went through those.
Oh, okay.
This was
It's
hours
old.
ago.
All right, all right.
This is old news.
What about Intramorph? Colleen hot AF.
AF. Let's just AF.
All right, we're gonna do Twitch and then we'll do your hands. Victor Lewis says Colleen on Tinder.
No. I'm on IRL.
Nice, I like it.
Go ahead.
I
Next
caught
time
it.
you see me in
I caught
real
it.
life, fucking swipe. Or run or whatever. But that's what I'm on, okay?
That
I'm
was
not on any of the things.
That's such an underrated response too.
It's true. It's what I'm not on anything.
I'm thirsty
Not even drugs.
for you three.
Caffeine, I guess.
Says is Colleen single? You don't have to answer these, but of
I'm
course.
single. Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly. Have we not discussed this?
Natty Wit says Colleen is awesome. I'm just
Thanks, Natty.
even
Wit.
if it's repeat questions.
Use the best.
Yeah. Even if it's repeat questions, like I have to say who.
Right.
asked them,
Okay.
right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
G Solace 777 Colleen, and has the happy dinosaur with the big ass heart there. You know,
Oh,
this is
big
what
dinosaur.
K-pop people do. K-pop people, yeah.
I'll take it.
Fresh Fish 72 says boobs are riot. I guess riot. Nate TV Toker has the Illuminati signal and Torelli. K Dubs professional. Wayne, ask her out. I'm too chicken. I'm too scared.
Yeah, and
IRL,
I've
yeah.
given up meat, so
Um,
true story.
she's not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. aka Brian Watson says we love Colleen. Oh, Watt says it's
The mouse in my pocket and myself also love you.
PLO at Flamingo. Was it Flamingo?
No.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, someone could go way back in the archives, the Twitter archives, and probably find it because it was like posted that there was going to be a game last minute if anybody was around.
Okay.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Feels like a long time.
So you historians,
I don't know. If
check it
anybody
out.
has nothing to do with their lives and you really want to know where it was.
C Menks at Live with Bike. When was the last time Colleen had sex? She mentioned it early in the show, so you have to check out in the beginning.
Man, I can't even remember. I don't know. It's been a really long time. I'm a born again virgin.
Bad Benjamin, Wayne, where's my t-shirt? I emailed Evelyn, so if she has not responded, just remind her again. And of course, Israeli Ron up in the mix. The Ghosto Banquo says Colleen's game equal the next Molly's game.
I don't have a game. I don't know. This was underground Vermont back in circa 2010 or something. I don't even know. 2012, 2008, 2008.
The Ghosto Banquo says, who needs social media when you're addicted to watching poker on Twitch? Feels good, man.
Hashtag
Hashtag.
feels good, man.
Israeli Ron says, hashtag Colleen back. So,
Aww. Iron,
Iron,
you're the best.
you
Miss
the
your
freaking
face.
best. The Ghosto Banquo, how would Colleen and Wayne do in twos beach volleyball? I would drag her down for sure.
I would get so many steps in.
What?
Because I'd
Well,
have to be covering your area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see you one,
I
two
would
step.
tell you to just like stand in the front and like if you got a chance to set me.
Ooh, NTDBLA invite us. Colleen and Wayne come to Santa Anita for opening weekend for my birthday, Saturday. Okay. And
It's your
Andrew.
birthday on Saturday. It is my birthday on Tuesday.
Oh,
I think technically that makes you a Libra.
I don't know.
NTD Do you
Yeah,
know? Are
Andrew.
you a
I don't know.
Libra?
Andrew, are you a Libra?
I'm a Libra. We the best. I'm not really like a
Okay.
signs thing, but we're the best. Libras are the best.
All right. Let's get to the hands. So, obviously, I have the beginning hands where you take bad beats so the chat and your fans could be like, oh, Colleen, no. F these guys. F Jerry Fang. Screw this guy. All right. So here, Harry's got pocket eights. And he raises. Colleen with the awesome hat that she had to toss after this hand. Has aces. She'd eat ace. There's Courtney. There's Jerry Fang. Ace king of spades.
I was so young. My hair was so long.
There's Andy. Wow.
Oh, anyway. Yeah, okay, so this is an interesting game because, well, first off, my stack is wrong. They had my stack shy by at least $1,000.
Okay.
And this was the first, as you can see, it's showing that I had like $800 and I had 2, 6, 10. I don't know. Somehow I was wrong. I forget how that worked. But anyway,
You have at least 15 there, I can see.
yeah, so the game was,
There's Brian Watson.
there he is, Iron Maiden. He was, I forgot he was there for this. That's why he likes me. Like, wow, she really is lucky when I hang out with her. No, this game was kind of special because it was the first big game that I played on the show, and I didn't necessarily play that big at this time, so it really was kind of like taking a shot, so to speak. And when you go to take a shot and it's on a show, it really sucks when you lose. It sucks when you lose.
I was here on the outside. I was propping during this time because I remember you walked out or something, and I might have done the scheduling. I don't even remember, but like, yeah. And then I heard the stories like you lost aces to ace king. I was like, who was the culprit?
Yeah.
Jerry.
So another funny thing about this is I was playing PLO on the show, I don't know, maybe a month ago or something like that. And Jerry was in the game. And my dad texted me. And he said, hey, isn't that Jerry? Isn't that the guy who busted your aces that time? And I was like, oh my God, why? Can't you people just not remind me of this? Like, no, it's not a bad beat. If you look at this, okay, I'm 68% three ways. That's not that great, right? So 32% of the time, I'm going to lose. And sometimes 100% of the time, I'm going to lose. It just sucked.
Yeah.
It was like, oh. That was the one. What I do want to say, and I don't even know, do you have another clip from this game by chance?
I don't know. It's possible.
If you did, it would be against Andy.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
So what's really kind of cool, though, about this game and what I like a lot is that later on in the game, I did rebuy. And later on in the game, I ran a bluff against Andy that I think in most cases would be like kamikaze, but because of how I had been playing like fairly tight, not
Tight like clam?
not too tight, but I was pretty tight. It was, like I said, it was a bigger game for me. I was nervous, and I bluffed him in a hand where he ended up folding trips in a spot where I actually had like a worse flush draw than him, and he had trips, and he just couldn't figure out like how I could possibly be bluffing, given I guess how I had been playing and my stack size and everything. And it was really satisfying, like after this hand, to have had something like that good happen and go through. And plus it's Andy, he's a beast.
He's a beast.
See, he was a beast.
He's still a
He
beast.
was a beast before I even knew he was
Right.
a beast. Just like that person who totally intimidates you at the table.
Yeah, and we
'cause he
looked
says
at
nothing.
so many old videos. He's like in a lot of old school Live of the Bike videos as well. So he dates way back.
He dates way back. That's funny. Well, see, and Harry's in the tank for a very long time. He knows what I have, obviously. However, he's trying to think Jerry. Like, what could Jerry possibly have that he's behind as opposed to possibly flipping against? And there was a big side pot. And that's why Harry was in the tank for so long on this hand.
Right. And this is not easy. I mean, you know, like on paper, you're supposed to fold eights, but Harry's
an animal.
Yeah,
You cannot. I don't
he's
know
good with
of
live
many
reads.
people. Yeah, exactly. I don't know of many people who have the live reads that Harry has. His game is so
This is what
favored towards live.
this is what he plays poker for. He's just there to like make live reads and, you know, match cards. The guy's like got more money than God. I don't know what to say. He doesn't need any.
No,
He just plays for fun.
he's very good. So funny story. That guy who just cheersed me, you can't see him anymore because he's off camera. That is Frank the Tank. Frank
Snuffleupagus?
something. He recently won like 2 WPTs or something crazy.
Really?
Yeah, he's this like super fun dude who he'll drink and just be kind of wild and fun, but he's actually a good player. But yeah, he gave me that cheers,
Yeah.
and
like
I just want to
GL.
say,
Yeah, shout out.
no, I'm just kidding. I wish you never touched my because you changed
Oh,
cards.
yeah, right. You changed the flop turn and river.
Changed everything. It's really unfortunate.
And we played this.
This is a very long hand.
Yeah, we played this
BTW.
hand on Jerry's, and I just kept trolling. I'm like, get it in bed. But the funny, like, Jerry does run good and run bad both ways, like cooler and both ways. Yeah, that's poker. But like, he has 2 hands with aces. When he loses the ace queen, other one he loses the quads, and then here he
Gross.
just happens to beat down on your aces, and like WTF.
Can you fast forward it? Oh,
Sure.
see, this is the part that really screws me because Lyman and Weeze bet, and Lyman is like, I don't like Colleen's hand.
Really? Did he say that?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That doesn't sound like him. He's
Yeah.
usually the one like, you want to bet? I'm taking
Nope.
the favorite. Oh,
Nope.
there's Feldman. There's Weeze. Yeah.
Nope, he didn't feel good about my hand. It's actually, we have to listen to them when the run out happens.
Okay.
If you guys haven't seen this, it's really
After hanging out with
super funny.
Why
They
do they
call
call
out,
cheers
though,
in here?
so
Why do they
beware.
call it blue?
I remember.
Call Harry. What's
I do love it.
Hey, take it easy, ladies. Did they tip you good? If not, I'll tip you too. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were college educated. Tip well, not good.
Wow.
Harry, just do it.
This fucking mush. How does he raise? Why doesn't he raise like a
We're
thousand
getting
more?
close to the
My head
10-minute
would already
delay
be
here.
in the muck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Tell the dealer that he has to make a decision because
It goes real fast after.
Real quick.
3,000. I just
We might have to be
fucking
black
just
for 5 minutes.
No, he's gonna fold then. You know that.
I think I finished a beer.
fuck it. I'm all in.
Yes! He's all in! He's all in! Jerry Stabs! He's all in! Jerry Stabs! Oh my God!
Let's go. Here we go. 8 on the flop. 8 on the flop. 8 on the flop.
Oh my
8 on the
He said,
flop.
fuck it, I'm all in.
Dude, Harry played this like a boss for the side pot.
8 on the flop.
Let's go.
He played it
He
like
doesn't
a
even
boss.
care about
the side
Colleen
pot.
right now.
Nobody cares
I
about
got
Colleen because the side pot's like $5,000.
Mush.
8 on the flop.
But Harry's in good shape against
They're
Jerry.
gonna run it twice, I
Because
think.
Bro, it
obviously
doesn't
2
make any
aces.
What is that?
Whoa,
How does our bet then if it's 2 times?
Wait, I
It's
think
only the
Harry
first
wants
run.
once. Harry wants.
We're only the first run.
Harry want once? Oh, 2 spades.
spades.
Oh, you're
Oh my
good.
God,
Oh my-
Jack, spade, Jack,
Oh.
spade,
Orange.
Jack.
Oh, he's got so
6,
many outs.
6.
Weeze.
Oh,
Weeze. Oh, I got JJ'd. I got JJ'd.
Jerry hits the nuts. Oh, what a pot.
Wow.
What a flop with a second
Another
one.
spades.
Oh my God, he.
Wow.
Jerry can scoop here.
Jerry can scoop.
Weeze.
Jerry scoops everything.
Jerry
scoops everything.
Oh my God.
Total
Oh
song.
my
No, I don't owe more money.
Oh my God, he
my
just
God.
went on both.
Okay, well, now
I do
you guys
love
can't
their-
complain
I
about
love
running
their
bad.
responses. That's a good one.
They're so flow.
I don't remember this.
So chat, guys like, oh, Colleen, you got bad beer. So brutal. There's the Poker Bros,
Oh,
Dennis
true.
with 1 N, but also 2
They
aces.
are my BFFs. I love those too.
You get $20.
And I said me too.
I know this can be very confusing.
Sofo Antonio
very
raises small blind against big blind, Jack 8, and Colleen with the read, 3 bets.
Dennis is very confused. I mean, you have a huge cock on your shirt.
What's Sofo gonna do?
He's going for it.
Yeah.
It's a rooster.
He wasn't having a very good
Sesh.
night. Yeah. He was getting super out of line. And this hand kind of sucks because, like, I knew that.
700. I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
I knew
We're counting
that
up the
he
chips.
was getting oh
I'd
well.
like to know how much more you have.
And so, like, for me,
Those yellows are
flatting in position, an extra, I think it was like an extra $400 or something that he bet, another 470. Probably just a stupid idea. Like, I either need to kind of decide right then to
Give like 7 behind.
Go with it.
call
or-
his bluff, so to speak, and just ship on him.
You don't have to.
Or if I'm going to call and I get any piece
Exactly.
of it,
Sure.
I probably have to go,
Go
with it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a bad call. It's either a fold or a shove.
It's a good call. You just got unlucky
What
on
did
the
we
flop.
decide?
But with the
Spoilers.
stack sizes, that was really stupid.
I know, but because he's probably just gonna ship the flop, and then you have to hit the flop. So yeah, you might as well
It was just
jam
stupid,
with the
right?
read.
Right. So granted, it gives him a chance to make a mistake, but
But he gets lucky, flops a jack. Oh, so brutal, Colleen. You run so bad, it's so
that's
sick.
not. This doesn't qualify. That was poorly played.
Eh.
Poorly played, you guys.
Well, at least you call, or at least you didn't fold to the 4-bet. I mean, that would be worse. You have a read.
Do you
Right?
want a drink?
No, like,
And
don't
it
say
continues with
so,
me
so that
giving
people are
Dennis
confused.
the finger.
Like, people on the street
That
will be
was
like,
That
what the fuck is
Pokemon
going on? Why do people
666,
Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon, gotta catch him. Oh, there's
Matt,
Neil in
one of
seat
my
8.
friends.
I gotta pee, guys. I gotta pee. Okay, I'll be right back. So last stall on the left.
This is
Slide your leg under. I'll do it to you.
we did
Antonio raised the cutoff ace jack.
This was a half and half
Diamonds
game,
got
wasn't
3-bet
it?
ace queen off
Please don't throw
on the
up.
button.
Yeah, I believe so. And I wanted to talk to the audience too about half and half games, but after this hand. So you start with the best. You're rocking with the best.
Oh man, this is another shitty hand.
I'm just showing when you get bad beats, so the audience or when people can get you. Man, I saw you with all these bad beats.
So okay, in this hand, I specifically recall trapping Antonio. Like I had 3-bet him pre-flop with the ace queen on the button, which I'm going to be 3-betting pretty light there. So with the flop, with the ace high flop, which I totally nailed,
Yeah.
I decided to just check it back on the button and let him play some kind of a bluff story
but
on
he
the
actually
next two
had
streets.
something. Yeah.
And the turn ended up, he led where he picked up a diamond draw, and I decided to just flat, again, kind of keeping in all of his bluffs and his bad hands.
Yeah.
And then the river, he hits the,
Jack.
he hits the jack,
And you kind of feel something's wrong.
I
It looks
pay him
like
off.
yeah.
and I knew it too, like when he
Yeah.
actually fired that last bet.
It looked like he had something.
I knew that he had, that I was beat. And I was really quite mad at myself after that hand. I remember being,
Oh.
wow, this is way back.
Oh yeah. There's
Whoa. Is this
rest
like,
in peace, Aces
this like the
Ron.
beginning?
Probably.
This
I
has
don't
got
know.
to be close to the beginning. This may have been the first time. This may have been my first time.
And Colleen hates me, so she's gonna try to bad beat me on the button. There's JJ. De La Garza.
Man, this is such a throwback. Oh, my 8 deuce hand.
Yeah.
Yes, king. This is a good choice. Okay, so now you're just trying to make people feel bad for you. That's what this is.
Kind of.
That's what this is. You got
I
massively
played bad.
punished.
No, I played bad.
You got
because I
punished.
should have laid it down. Matt Boyd said I should have laid it down. I just didn't lay it down. And then we talked about the hand after, and I just completely misread like the ranges anyway. So
I think I had announced in the hand ahead of time that I was just going to try and mess with you. Which
I
generally
vaguely
is
remember
any
that.
2 cards. Ironically, so this is also
like I have to make
pre-
people feel guilty. No, but actually I was looking for hands that we played against, and this was like, I mean, we have more PLO hands together, but
This was
for
a good
Hold'em,
one. Man, I forgot about this one.
we have so few. And this is the most prominent one. And then now, like, This happens too. Like when I get bad beat or cooler, like the person always feels bad, and like because I don't feel good, and have this like grouchy look, but it's not personal. I just not happy that I lost. I mean, but I don't feel like shoot, Aaron Ho and also Ashley and Michelle and you were just like, "Are you mad at me?" I'm like, "No, I'm not happy I lost. It's not a big deal."
So what's really interesting is, however long ago this was, it was possibly it was like the second or third time that I played on the show. I remember now.
Okay.
And I remember in that moment there when I was talking to you, I was not convinced I had the best hand. Like I thought that there was a chance you had like a king 8 or a set or something like that, and that kind of just speaks to more my inexperience than anything, because I was really just like scared of the dark, like you know what I mean, like scared of my own shadow kind of deal. And I remember in the hand getting to a point when I was talking to you where I was like, I'm not folding, and so it seemed almost like it was like intentional, like that I knew I was never folding, but like I really had to like go through it all in my head before I came to that conclusion, because I didn't really know about ranges. I just figured when people were aggressive against me, it was because they had good hands or better hands, and my hand wasn't that good. It was too it's just crazy. It's funny how you like your thinking can evolve.
Sure.
Or I mean, not that my thinking's any better, but it's actually.
I just have to play these hands just for fun, just to show that like all these hands that happen in real life, then you shouldn't rip on like Hollywood movies.
It's the shirt I'm wearing right now.
Sick.
Yeah, I like this shirt a lot. Obviously, I have it in 3 colors. Marley.
There's Marley.
This was one of our ladies' games. This was a super fun game. Yeah, and I remember this was the first time it was either the first or second time that I met Marley.
Met Marley.
And I didn't really know her from a hole in the wall. Not that I know many holes in the wall, but anyway, my perception of her was from when we played the time prior, was that she was pretty aggressive, and she is for sure when she knows she's playing against weaker players, and I think she sensed that quite a bit playing against me, because I was super intimidated.
But she rivered you.
Faux show.
Colleen fans unite.
Yeah, this was this was an interesting.
It isn't. I mean, it is an interesting hand.
Because it was like I had a feeling
that she was barreling
on the flop that I was good, and checked behind, and then on the turn, that she maybe had like picture cards with. Is that why I explain it, right? Like
no,
Broadway cards.
It's all.
And
legitimate.
I knew a heart was probably one of those cards, but then I just got what we like to call
Curious?
Stubborn.
We've all done this. Whatever. No, it's just it's really a hard
And it's
spot.
like it's.
I know, but the thing
You
is,
just know that you're stupid and you shouldn't have heroed in that particular spot. And that's what'll happen, right? Like I'll hero correctly for a street or two, but then not rethink that something changed.
it's one of the hardest things in poker. Is just like you think / know they're bluffing for the first 2 streets, and they just like get there on the river, then you just like pay off. But happens to all of us, and happened to Johnny Visor's Francisco. So.
Yeah. There was another hand in this game where I coolered Wendy, which was, I love Wendy.
She was here yesterday.
She's a
Shout
sweetheart.
out to Wendy Weissman.
I totally coolered her. Wino getting after it with the 7 deuce.
With the lights out, she's contagious.
Ah, this is the cooler hand.
I sure can pick him.
Sure can pick 'em.
Wendy's gonna flat with 8s. Colleen.
This is not the cooler hand. That's not right. I have jacks. Never mind. This is a different hand entirely. I don't even remember this hand. Oh, I bluff on this hand.
Oh, spoilers!
Yeah, now I remember it, I'm like, this isn't the right hand.
So you see, and Wino C bets as she should if she's gonna play 7 deuce.
Right?
But do you see how I sent people through an emotional roller coaster? Like you get bad beat, bad beat, bad beat. Then you're like, I want to beat down Wayne, and then
And then this comes along.
Yeah.
So this was actually a really interesting hand too because both Kayla and Wendy are super competent players, and they're very like in tune with like a table dynamic or dynamics within a particular hand. And I remember in this hand specifically thinking that Kayla was fucking
FOS.
around, and that
Full
Wendy
sauce.
knew she was fucking around,
Yeah.
and that was why Wendy raised her flop bet. But with Wendy's flat on the flat pre-flop, I took out a lot of her
Range.
strength hands.
Yes.
Yeah, and I figured being the one out of position against both of them with an open-ended draw, I need to kind of turn on the heat now and not play the next two streets out of position, out of what is that word? I can't think of right now. Like without the aggression.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of takes away some of your moves when you miss. And
Absolutely.
sometimes it's nice when you do have
You're
it.
gonna
And you did have
outplay
a real
'em.
hand, but anytime you can take it down with the draw,
It's
uncontested,
yes,
money,
uncontested. It's
dog
very
food.
it's very strange. Like a lot of training sites don't mention like uncontested pots are a good thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's you take it down 100%.
Unless you have someone literally drawing dead, uncontested pots are great. Faux show.
the
Faux
show. A lot of
We
clubs
just
gone. A
saw
lot of
6
clubs.
clubs go by the wayside. And this ended up being a pretty interesting hand against Lily. Lily's someone I don't know her super well, but I've gotten to know her better over the last couple of years, and she is a total sweetheart.
Yep.
But she's a beast. She's so quiet. She's so little, and she just sits there and will just like plow over
Take
a
all
table.
your money.
Yeah, it's really quite fun to watch.
She takes
She's
my money.
awesome. Yeah, and her
So Lily check raise, and you on the button have the straight flush draw and just call, and you get there.
yeah, I do get there, and I was fairly well behind prior to said getting there.
I mean, you have open ended and you have a pair draw. It's not. It's only bad when the club hits. Then it's like it's overs.
Right. So now at this point, Lily had been playing quite snug and quite solid, and I even saw her fold a couple of really strong hands that made me think like when she continued, she had strong
Hashtag nutted.
hands.
Yeah.
Right. So I was thinking like, well, I could raise here. And most of, of course, the majority of, I was playing a lot of hands, right? So the majority of the time when she does have a very strong hand, she's going to continue or even like reship on me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't want to, like if she had a hand like jacks or tens, I didn't want to like scare away those hands because I had saw her
Yeah.
fold them
Fold, yeah.
prior. Yeah. So I was like, well, I guess on this one I'm just going to
Let her. I mean,
I'll
you're in
just
position.
call
Yeah.
this bet on the turn and see what she decides to do on the river.
And to her credit, she didn't barrel the river.
She didn't. No, and she does end up folding. And I really don't like how much I bet on the river. I bet half pot, but like all day she doesn't have a 5. Like we're clearly never chopping. And for sure her jacks and tens, like those hands that I didn't really want to scare off by raising the turn.
Yeah.
She's probably going to let those go on the river too. So I probably could have gone something really small and, as people would say, exploitative and bet like a quarter pot, fifth of a pot, and just like get
Like a
something to
curiosity
happen.
call.
Yeah, exactly. When she does have jacks or tens.
But this is like also the point of the show, so we get to bring people back here and talk about hands. So there's a lot of marginal hands where like I don't know what people are thinking. And I know the camera doesn't catch everything. Then then we could discuss and see what people are thinking. And a lot of times, like there is a lot of regret. I regret a lot of things I do, like stacking off the 2 pair and just
You mean losing to 8 deuce? That's a regret? How is that even a regret? I don't understand.
I'm just saying, it's just like this is the whole point of Live Vikes is to get an inside view too, like realistic situations and inside view, and just get the people talking about their stuff and. And Colleen, ace-9 of diamonds in the cutoff. Marley, can't you see? 3
Yeah,
bets.
and this is a hand too where most of the time when I opened, Marley 3-bet me, which she should have been doing because I mean, there you go. I'm opening with ace-9 of diamonds in the cutoff, right? That's not a bad open.
Yeah.
However, there are a lot of hands that she can easily 4-bet me with.
Sure.
And feel
You
really
mean
good
3
about
bet?
it. 3-bet.
Yeah.
What did I do?
You
I
said-
opened. Yeah. Whatever. Words are hard.
That's what I'm here for.
Words are hard. It's certainly an easier game, though, when you do make hands.
Oh, yeah. Marley's going to c-bet. And, oh, my God, so lucky.
Oh, my God, so lucky.
How'd she do that?
Except
How'd she do that?
there's always a twist and a turn. Always.
I like that. There's a twist in that turn.
And a turn, yeah. So this was interesting, too, because on the flop, she decided to bet when she was behind.
Yeah.
And then on the turn, she decided to check when she was ahead. Not
Yeah.
that she knew that.
You can see she's unhappy with the king.
And
king
both
of diamonds.
times I just kind of followed suit. I knew with how aggressive she was that if I bet on, like if I re-raised her on the flop, she could push me off the hand and I wouldn't ever be folding, but I would feel really bad about it. I'd be like, well, that was dumb. Why didn't I just call?
Right.
You know those moments where you're like, well, if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was thinking
you
I
have-
would fold, why didn't I just call? And same thing on the turn. I was thinking, man, is she sitting here waiting to do a check raise? Because she is totally capable of doing that with a lot of different hands. And I wasn't like, I didn't feel good enough about like what kind of decision I could make to allow her to outplay me like that. So I was like, I'll just take a free turn or take a free river. And I checked it back. Where I think most of the time at that point when your opponent is showing strength on the flop and then they're giving up on the turn and you have equity, you probably should be
I mean, this case
betting.
is I mean,
And then I just got lucky. Boom. Easy game.
like you guys know your dynamic the best, but you know, in one the flop was polarized, so it was like queen 3-3. So you obviously do have an option of raising even with any two cards. When the turn the jack hits, she checks, and you know, like it's a very polarized board again. So you have options, and then you just get there. So really, I mean, it's just a lot of it is just like player dynamics too. It like based on the cards, all options are okay.
And then similar to what I did with her, I made a crying call with my pocket threes, and she decides to make a crying call with her jack because I was all over the place in that game.
Yeah.
I really was. So I wouldn't blame her for
But you could like call the flop and then turn call flop.
sounds gone.
Like if you call the flop with like fours or something, and then you just like a king comes, you turn your hand into a bluff. You know,
I love her faces.
she's very animated.
Expressions are so good.
Yeah, quite a character.
She is.
Still looking for a Pokemon
She's a
card?
good person. This must be the windy hand at some point.
I try to ease in with the bad beats first, and then
Nope.
more interesting hands.
This isn't it.
Shout out to the 710 freeway. This is another bad beat, by the way.
For me?
Yeah. I need the audience to be like, "Oh, Colleen, you run so bad."
Doesn't even work like that. Candy. She's another sweetheart.
She's a
Oh,
7
there's
deuce
so many
master.
nice people in this. Oh, right. I remember this hand. Yeah, Candy's
Deep
so
breath.
tricky to play against.
Sneaky, sneaky.
She is so tricky to play against. I never know what she's thinking.
I never know what any woman's thinking.
I know. Me either. It's so hard to play against women. It's really hard.
And Candy Rivers the 9. Oh. So guys, when you see Colleen and IRL, hashtag IRL, be like, Colleen, you run so bad. I saw the PokerCraft.
I knew
you were
when
in."
she bet, I was like, this is
Dead.
She
Yeah.
has it. She hit something. But why not? I want to see it. It's not like it's going to be on TV later where I can rewatch the stream. Or otherwise. Man, small pot, but those really get to you.
Yep. No, it adds up. and
Really
it's
get
more
to
like
ya.
we want to make the right decision every single time, and then when it's like not right, then it
Ugh,
just like
doesn't
a
matter
snake.
how much it was.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. Even if it's
exactly.
one chip, you're just
Yep.
like you don't even want to pay off that one chip.
No. Just
It's like a chip off your shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Marls Barclay. Subscribe to her vlog. She's very funny. Also, she was with Novocaine Poker, and they read mean tweets, or sorry, mean comments on Live with the Bike.
That's funny.
That was pretty funny too. Like a third of those were like actually halfway creative when they were reading them.
Yeah, I mean, people are
Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
not that creative.
Yeah, usually. Okay, here's the
It's
great game
another
of Pot Limit
throwback.
Omaha, and this is Seth Curry
S. Dot
versus Colleen.
S. Dot Seth Curry coming at you
Seth Curry coming at ya.
momentarily.
There's Mike Boogie from Big Brother.
So Seth is under the gun +1, and he opens to 35 in this hand. I'm on the button, and I have a really shitty hand for PLO. It's a really bad button.
Well, you can set mine too.
Splashing, right? Always fun to splash.
You could set mine on the button. I don't think
Yeah,
it's like...
sure. Totally set mining with queens and PLO is the way to play the game. And especially when you have an equally strong 8-3. Do it. Just do it. I recommend.
You might be able to make 2 pair
highly
with 8-3.
recommend.
Spoilers.
8 deuce, 8 deuce.
No,
So
you
yeah,
you make 2 pair here too.
I flat and Dennis flats. And per the usual, this hand is so stupid because sometimes in a hand where you just know. At this point, I'm like, this fucker's got aces. I knew it. He had not raised hardly any hands. He would call
Can't hardly raise.
hands, but he was not raising hardly any hands.
Yeah.
And he was the pre-flop raiser, albeit, it was $35 open, whatever.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. And then on the turn, why? Why not? Why not just give me a set and 2 pair? I think that makes sense. And then Seth checks. And I am like, he still
Wise.
has aces.
Yeah.
I know he's got aces. I'm going to check.
And then 4 of a
And
kind
then
aces.
river aces. And I'm laughing. See?
I
I'm
know.
laughing. Everybody knows why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Because I know he has quads.
No, I know. We
and
all
it's
know.
like,
Yeah.
when you know, but you still
Have a full house.
call. Yeah, because you're like, I know you have quads. And he's
And
smiling
yeah.
because he has
Shout out
quads.
to Seth Curry, but at least you got a video with Seth Curry NBA.
That's totally why I did it. I was like, you
Sorry.
know what?
It's Seth Curry, right?
You deserve this.
Yeah.
That's a man. That's a face of a man with quads. I knew it. That was great. That was great. Listen to your gut, people. Even if it's gas, listen to it. Just fold.
All right, we're back on the scene, and if you want to call in and ask Colleen,
Get it.
get it. When you want to call in,
I can't believe there are
Colleen.
still people here.
What do you mean? Dude. There's like 4:30 here, and Twitch
I
has
don't know what's wrong with you guys. I'm really
137 in Twitch. Yeah.
Oh, it's me and Edward. What is this hand? Was that hand?
Oh no,
that was
was
that hand.
That was
Yeah.
the end. I was at the tail end. But if you guys want to call in,
That's what people like to call me at Starbucks.
what? Call in?
Yeah. Oh, she got my name right on this one.
Of course they do. You're
Colin.
VIP.
I'm often calling.
Dan's World says, hello, sexy Colleen.
After what we just went through. Nice little trip down
Memory
Quads
lane.
Lane.
I mean, should I have done happy memories? When you're
No,
like
that was
throwing in
great.
pots?
That was really good. That was super fun.
I am being manipulative. I need people to feel sorry for you and then be like, she's tight with an NBA player, and then, she abuses Wayne in a hand. Like, everything is set up to be a fan.
You're setting
of
me up
yours.
for success.
Yeah.
Yes, that was Seth Curry, the basketball player who had
Yes.
the quads,
Yes.
and I gave him $300 because he probably needs it. I mean, right?
But shout out to Seth Curry. He loves Live with a Bike. This is he really does. And like a lot of people, just I'm surprised when people like what I do. No, I mean, because I take it for granted. Like, I do what I do, and
people like it.
yeah, so.
Yeah.
And it sucks because when I tell a joke and people actually like it, I can't hear anything. Like
no
laughter.
one's laughing.
Yeah. But then when I'm outside, they're like, Wayne, that was awesome. Or,
Oh, yeah.
so.
You should just to like assume I'm laughing.
At me, though.
I laugh at
me.
all the dumb jokes. I mean, all of the good jokes. I laugh at all the jokes.
Oh, nice recovery there. Surf and snowboard in the chat. Anybody know if Colleen's single?
I don't know, Surf. Why don't you text me? Just kidding. He was texting me earlier.
All right, we got 401. This is live at the bike. Who's this?
Wayne.
What's
and
up?
Colleen, how are you doing tonight? Great show. My name is Alexander Ziziotis, a.k.a. Eden Rocks, checking in. How are you?
How's it going?
Eating rocks.
No.
That should be my
Eden
diet.
Rocks.
Eden Rocks.
Eden Rocks. Hey, guys, I'm about to do something. Can I share with you what I'm about to do?
Sure. I hope.
Okay, as soon as I hang up this phone, I'm going to go to liveatthebike.com, and you know what I'm going to do there?
Subscribe.
I'm going to sign up.
Yay!
I'm going to sign up. Hey, guys, I'm
job.
going to sign up for a year membership, the platinum level membership, where I can get unlimited access to the depths of the Live at the Bike vaults.
That's
Because
amazing.
I want to be a part of this thing.
Thank you. You
We
are.
want you to.
You
Well,
are
yeah,
a part,
you are. You called in the show. You can actually refer back to this very PokerCraft episode
Yeah.
and hear yourself, and then you'll be like, "Wow, that's what I sound like." That's why.
It'll be.
Of course, no, but I'm just getting started here because you know what, Colleen? The next
wait, there's
time you pull a monster bluff and we're in the middle of a sick hand, I want to be there right in the booth calling the action. I'm trying to get in there to commentate. I'm hustling this thing. Oh, yeah, give me a chance. How about it? I'm going to pay.
Okay. Well, we gotta
Hey, start by being a subscriber. That
start
helps
by. Yeah,
to support
that too.
the show.
But the commentary, like a lot of people apply, and we want people to play on the show at least 5 times, and then auditions start.
Yeah, because otherwise, even commentary, you can be a keyboard warrior
If
you haven't played on the show.
Colleen's been back on here, and she plays on the show. I play on the show a lot, and we know it's just like we know what it's like to be out there. And when we see on the screen, we remember what it was like when we're playing, and then we just like compare it on the screen, and then that's why.
You have to have compassion, and it's actually really hard to have that compassion if you haven't played on the show. So
Yeah.
you should email.
Yeah.
How do you or sign up through
Guys,
liveatthebike.com?
I understand. Hey, I completely understand what you're saying. I've been hustling this thing for a while now.
It's
I
definitely-
can convince you. This call is a poker hand. I can convince you. I'm a professional hype man. I can come down there, and hey, if the answer is no, that's fine, but I'm going to come.
It's
I'm
not
coming.
no.
I'm going to shake the hands. I'm going to offer to buy everybody a drink, and we'll see if an opening becomes available. That's what's going
awesome.
to happen.
I love the hustle.
This is not a no. This is a I'm telling you the prerequisite.
Right.
This is not a no. Like you got to play in the show
This
a
is the
few
roadmap.
times. Yeah, should play in the show a few times. Have somebody like me or JJ just commentate with you. Like that I had to start Wheeze off and Yoshi off like that too.
Yeah.
Because it takes experience. It's really hard to do a full 4-hour show.
Yeah, that's awesome though. That's what you want to do. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Definitely not.
All
a
right,
no.
guys. Well, I'm good for it. Oh, yeah, I'm good for it. See you soon. But thank you for your
Looking
time, and I'm
forward.
going to do it. I'm
Eden
committed.
rocks.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
night.
All right, shout out to Eden Rocks. Eaton Rocks or Eden Rocks.
I thought it was eating. I thought I was eating rocks, and I was like, that should be my diet. Maybe if I'd eat more rocks.
Well, I guess there's some crude compliments.
Let's not.
Is
No.
that a weave, Colleen? What are you talking about?
No.
Hmm?
My hair is not a weave.
That's, yeah.
It's real. It grows. You know what happens when you don't cut it? It grows. It grows faster when you trim it. But
Dave Fullo asks, what's your favorite starting hand?
Is that a weave? That's really funny. My favorite starting hand in
Yeah.
No Limit or PLO?
I guess both. This is your show.
My favorite starting hand. The one that ends up winning.
That's a good answer. 469, this is Live at the Bike. Who dis?
This is the
I
part
just
where
had
you
a
talk.
question if you guys had any book recommendations on how to get better.
On how to get better?
Book recommendations on how to get better. Well, it probably depends on like what kind of get better you're looking for, like what part of your game you're in. I would recommend, if you've never read it, The Mental Game of Poker. I forget the author, but it's a really good way to think differently about just the whole mental aspect of poker. And if you haven't read it, that's one I would recommend.
I'm not up to
All right,
date
thank
with
you so
like.
much.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not up to date with like the latest books because like I'm super old school. But for Poker Tells, I've had Zach Elwood reading Poker Tells. That's like the new staple. It replaced Mike Carroll's Book of Tells.
It's one my dad always talks about. I mean, it's still relevant.
Oh, Mike Carroll's. Okay.
Mike Carroll's, yeah.
I was like, if he wants to talk to Zach Elwood, I could hook it up.
No, my dad still talks about the Carroll.
Books wise, I mean, for people like Ed Miller's got some good stuff, even though he ripped on me. I'm just kidding, he didn't rip on me. But Ed Miller's like No Limit Hold'em for like small stakes or something. I think that's a decent book. But like a lot of stuff is on video now. Like, you know, Crush Live Poker is good. Like Upswing's good. Running Once is good.
Live at the Bike is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to get to that, but no, but in all seriousness, because those are like training sites, and Live at the Bike is just like more practical applications. Because when you just like see a hand in a vacuum or in a forum post, there's so many things that you can't see, which is, you know, Live at the Bike shows. But even then, it's still a limited view. There's like player history, player dynamics, and just like, I don't know. I mean, honestly, Live with Bikes helped my game a lot, and I watch like the Friday game players evolve because, like Colleen said, you can study in so many different directions. There's theoretical, execution, exploitative, like, you know, tells in game selection, networking. There's a social aspect too. And there's like a lot of directions to go, and there's definitely no single resource that will give you everything. But Live with Bike is here to give the practical applications.
Well, I thank you guys. I really love the show, and I watch it
Thank
every
you.
day, pretty much.
Are you ever in the chat?
Sure.
What's your screen name in the chat? What's your screen name?
Manny
Don't bluff.
Fresh.
What is it?
Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh. Okay.
Shout out to Manny Fresh.
We'll keep an eye out. Thanks
Nope.
for calling.
Don't
Alright,
bluff,
thank
guys.
you,
We
Have a great
will know. All right, thanks. Everybody else? Dale Kerr says, you need to understand that everything you do at the poker table conveys information. That is true.
You can't just be all willy-nilly eating a sandwich.
Loosey-goosey
Whatever.
eating a sandwich.
Loosey-goosey. Makes me want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
All right, well, there were a lot of big talkers about how they wanted to call in, and Colleen. Fungus Among Us said, LOL, Wayne paid this guy to call in. If you guys didn't know, there was one talk show. I just took prank calls for like an hour and a half. You remember this one, right?
No.
No?
I don't remember.
Anyway, I took prank calls for like an hour and a half. And
Watching from the
I aced
Philippines,
it.
that's pretty cool.
Shout out to EGYT.
Anyone further away than that? Philippines? Roll Tide. Oh, dear.
What's up? 571, that's Live at the Bike. Who dis?
This is Quaid1237.
Who? Sorry? Quaid1237.
Quaid.
Okay. How's it going?
Good, man.
We got another caller, so ask away. Got any questions?
What's up with the show, bro? Need some poker advice. Trying to make it as a grinder playing Omaha, you know?
Omaha 8 or better, pot limit Omaha. Which one? Big O?
I think we lost him. He gone? He wanted some advice, and
I was
clearly
willing
have none.
to.
There is no advice.
Huckweed says, this guy sound high AF. Manny Fresh, there he is. Manny Fresh 89. Thanks again. Guys, love the show. There he is.
Manny Fresh. Thanks
Here
for
it
calling.
is. A groove slightly transformed. Andrew, do you want to call in? All right, I guess we're gonna wrap it up.
Sorry.
There's a PLO joke.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
What were you thinking?
Nothing. That's
Oh.
what I was thinking. It's a really good.
Okay.
Wayne told a really good joke today. I wrote it in my journal.
Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to your puppy.
Shout out to my puppy. Henri.
Leo Rubio. This is actually hilarious. Thank you.
Henri.
All right, we'll take this last one. This is actually the last caller.
Okay.
205. What's up? This is Live at the Bike.
Yo, Wayne and Colleen, it's Metal Doctor.
What's up, Metal Doctor?
Hola.
How's it going?
Yo, I just want to say great show, and I appreciate y'all doing this on Mondays. It's kind of something different, but it's also something good to look forward to. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
That's very kind of you to say. What
Oh,
Wayne,
yeah.
Wayne's been doing it for a little while now.
Sure.
Who you know, except for me. Just kidding.
What?
Who has been like one of your favorite guests that he has had on? I'm curious.
man, I'm so blown away by the Pooyah video I just saw of Wednesday night. Like, it's hard for me to
think.
I watch it every day. So, I mean, Metal Doctor, y'all know I watch every day. But
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, seriously, like, Wayne is the guy that he's not the Gus Hansen. He's like the everyday bro that you can relate to. And whether he just brings in a couple guys from the Friday show or he just talks himself about StarCraft or one of his old school wars, it's really a pretty cool show. You can see the mind of a gambler that's not, no offense, Wayne, I'm just saying he's not like the, on the ads. He's the regular dude, like we all can relate to. He's like just a little better than all of us. So it's like, anyway, I think it's a good little spot, and I appreciate y'all doing the show.
Sure.
That's awesome.
Thank you. We love doing it.
Cool. All right. See y'all tomorrow.
I'm going to try to add a little bit of responsibility to an irresponsible world.
Well, yeah, and you have some different background because you understand, like, certain game theory that's not related to poker. So if you see something that's out of line, Wayne will make a comment that, like, most poker players might think is bullshit, but then all of a sudden they look at it and you actually think about it, and it becomes, for gameplay, like the best way to win long term. And so that's really what we're all looking for anyway. So
Hopefully. I don't encourage people to punt off their stacks all the time. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, hey, also shout out to Jean Gluck. She's hot.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Jean
Shout
Gluck.
out Jean. That's true. She's a babe.
Metal Doctor, y'all. Chess Slow says, "Yo, Wayne, thanks for streaming today." And Surf and Snowboard, of course, with the comments, ask Colleen what she looks for in a man or girl, no judgment. I mean, that one's actually not bad, but he's definitely done worse.
He asked me earlier to describe a good person or a good human.
Okay.
I couldn't. I was just like, not you. I said like slightly better than you or something like that, and he was like, "Oh, harsh."
How much are you down to Colleen again, Surf? Uh-oh. Oh, whoa. Okay. All right, we're going to wrap this up. This is definitely one of my favorite ones. I've been begging Colleen to come in for how long? No, I seriously have.
I don't know, maybe like a couple days. I don't know. We started talking about it, I don't know.
Months ago, but you were also out of town, so you have excused absence. And
Wayne is he can't wait to get people on the show who laugh at his jokes. He's like,
I
always
actually
laughs at my jokes. I want her on my show.
Yeah, that too. But no, I actually like a lot of the people on the show. 99%. Yeah, I'm excited to get Colleen on the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me.
And shout to Papa Long, aka Colleen's dad, like when she sees this, because he introduced you to poker, and now you're killing it, and now you're, live with the bike superstar.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Venom Cook says she's gorgeous. Who is this chick? It's Colleen Long, aka Colleen Rosanna.
Yeah, don't find me on social media. It's old. There's nothing fresh there. Oh, it's as stale as my love life.
Dale Kerr says Carlo was trying to say that Wayne is like the girl next door. Okay, I'll take it. It's okay. Anyway, just glad you guys are watching.
Thanks for having
46 to 8. Thumbs up. and we will see you guys at Live with the Bike, or some more poker, and Colleen will be back. All right, peace, guys.